right, Shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Next, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to you hopeful elect, scattered across the four corners of the earth. I'm your brother Kalak, coming to you again with another Lord willing edifying video. In this lesson will be entitled, Trust the Lord. Okay, this is going to be a very simple lesson. Nevertheless, it is fundamental and necessary. Okay, faith. That's pretty much the point of the gospel. Okay, when you read throughout the scriptures, the Lord always dealt with faith. Okay, or having the certain men on earth believe on him and trust in him, because the Heavenly Father Yahweh is a miracle worker. Okay, and he's all about his power, and he likes to show his power. And in this movie that we live in, okay, he has an elect, and we hope to be of that number, right? And so as the hopeful elect, you have to have faith. Okay, you must trust that there is a higher power, okay, that has control over the elements, control over what happens here on this earth. This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, and verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay, so it said without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. Okay, and it says you got to know that he is, which that's what his name means, Yahweh. Okay, he is, or he exists. Okay, so first and foremost, when you come to the Lord, you got to believe that he exists. First and foremost, right? You have a lot of people in this earth that believe in, the Big Bang or these other philosophies of how creation came about. But if you're of the hopeful elect, okay, you are rooted in the understanding that this earth was created by the Heavenly Father Yahweh through the Alahayim, okay? But ultimately, the point is that the Lord is in control of everything. And so we know we're coming up into Jacob's trouble, which is a very harsh time for the Israelites, okay? It's going to be the worst time in all of human history. Jacob's trouble, okay, which is primarily going to be a trouble for the Israelites. Today, that's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you Israelite foreigners that may look like the other heathen nations, but according to the seed of your forefathers, you trace back to Jacob. Okay, that's the Israelites, the people that the Lord is dealing with. And we live in the Lord's movie, right? And so here in these latter days, the Lord is about to do a miraculous saving of his people, Israel, okay? The elect, that is, okay? The non-elect of the Israelites are going to be destroyed on this side. But the elect, okay, the Lord has it written in this movie for them to be delivered, okay? Except for, the martyrers. But even for them, that they will still be saved, it's just going to be in a different way. Nevertheless, okay, with Jacob's trouble and all of these perils that are about to come upon the world, but, especially the Israelites, that's what's called Jacob's trouble. Faith is going to be the number one thing to have in these times. Okay, let's go to Isaiah chapter 30. Because what we have here is a divide within the Israelites. Okay, you have the elect and the non-elect. That's ultimately the partition. Okay, that's what it comes down to. If you are of the elect in that, okay, and what are the fruits of the elect? Well, faith. That's one of the number one, okay, indicators of one of the elect is faith. So what do we have today? We know according to prophecy, America is Babylon the Great. That's going to fall. But you have a majority of the Israelites that are still trusting in America. They trust in this government. They still vote. Okay, they believe that this place is the end all be all. Okay, but you have the prophets on the counter that are telling them, okay, America is going to be destroyed. Okay, there is no healing Babylon. This place is going to collapse. And then it's ultimately going to be finished off by thermonuclear missiles and when the Lord Yahushua returns. But the point is, okay, faith. That's something that the non-elect won't have. Okay, which is why we must be grateful as the hopeful elect for being able to trust in the Lord when we see this society collapsing around us. Okay, we got civil war brewing up. It's about to be a free-for-all out here. It's about to be extremely dangerous to be in the world, but especially in America. This is Isaiah chapter 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Okay? And this has always been the narrative throughout the Bible. The Israelites, okay, are a stiff-necked people, the majority, okay? And that's why we go into captivity after captivity after captivity. The Lord will deliver us, and then we go back into captivity. And then the Lord deliver us, and then we go back into captivity. Okay? And what is this perpetual thing? Unfaithfulness, not believing. Okay? Trusting in the powers that be that you see on this earth rather than the actual Heavenly Father. Trusting in the America more than you trust in the Most High Yahweh. Okay? And that's always been the case, even in Egypt. Okay, we can take it all the way back to the first deliverance out of Egypt. We had our people coming up against Moses and, giving him hell, saying, why are you taking us out of Egypt? Pretty much. Okay, because they didn't trust in the Lord, that there was a plan. And so here we are today. Ecclesiastes 1:9 tells you nothing new under the sun. Right? So Isaiah 30:1 again. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Trusting in America. Okay, well, let's go to verse 2. That walk to go down into Egypt. Okay, which America is the modern day Egypt. Joel 3:19. Okay, Deuteronomy 28:68. Revelation 11:8. Okay. America is the new Egypt. And the same thing is playing out again. The message is clear. Okay. The Lord has made the message clear through his men. Okay. We hope to be of that number. The Lord has made that message clear that America is going down and that the Israelites are going to be delivered. Okay. And rule the world. That's good news. But you got to have faith. Okay, you got to have faith. And if you don't have faith, if you don't believe in the promises, if you don't believe that he is, you're not going to, you're going to trust in America because America is going to be your end all be all. Verse 2, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Okay, that's trusting in the military. Okay, you trust in 911. You trust in you trust in Esau's hospitals. Okay, you trust the so-called white man more than you trust the Lord. You trust your job more than you trust the Lord. But that's the point of the Bible. That's the point of serving the Lord is faith, believing that he is. And it's easier said than done. Okay, even us of the hopeful elect today. Okay, the prophets. We hope that we're of that number. We hope that when the hour of temptation comes, the Lord is going to put the Spirit on us. And we have faith that the Lord is going to put the Spirit on us to be able to resist the hour of temptation, which is when the RFID microchip is made mandatory. Okay, that's the mark of the beast in Revelation chapter 13. That's also soon to come. Okay, and that's also going to be something that tests faith. Let's get that. Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and this he is speaking essentially of Esau Edom, the so-called white man. Okay, in this context of Revelation 13, it's the beast, okay, which is the Roman Empire that has been revived and today is known as NATO and the EU, okay? The North Atlantic Treaty Organization and the European Union, with America at the forefront of all that, that collectively gives you the revived Roman Empire, which is this beast, okay? Essentially, the so-called white man. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. That is the RFID microchip, okay, or the Neuralink brain implant, okay. But mainly that RFID technology, having that implanted into you, okay, that's the mark of the beast, in which it will act as your wallet, your keys, so on and so forth, okay? And it's going to be a test here in these latter days. We know that the so-called white man is cunning, okay? He's a serpent, and he's gonna collapse this society on purpose, and he's gonna make it to where you basically have no option but to get the mark of the beast, okay? If you want to eat, okay? When the grid gets cut off, water stops running, toilet not flushing, okay? You can't go to the grocery store without getting in a gunfight, or, you know, whatever the circumstances may be. We know, according to this prophecy, that this mark of the beast is going to be made mandatory. It will come to pass, okay? Verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name, okay? Letting you know it is the RFID microchip, okay? It's not philosophy. It's not sin. The mark of the beast is a physical implant, all right? And it will be made mandatory in all the world here in the near future. And it's going to test the faith of the Israelites. All right, let's get that in Revelation, I believe, chapter 3. That's right. Revelation chapter 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? And that hour of temptation is what we just read, the mark of the beast being made mandatory. And so the Israelites, especially here in America, are going to be tested. Okay? Are you going to trust in the Lord? Are you going to trust in miracles? That food can appear out of thin air? Do you really believe in superpowers? Because that's what the Bible is talking about. And if you don't, you're going to end up taking the mark of the beast. So faith is the end all be all, okay, in this whole grand scheme of things. That's what the Lord is looking for, faith. And we can go back to Hebrews 11 again and just get that in verse 6, okay? Hebrews 11 and 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay? So the Lord wrote this movie intentionally. He set this thing up on purpose. Okay? And the elect, whom the Lord has given the gift of faith to, they're going to end up on top. All right? According to prophecy. And that's ultimately going to be through faith. Okay? So, Lord willing, this video was edifying. I'm going to end it by giving all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Kodash. Once again, double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to you hopeful elect. Shalawam.